Alright, how's it going? Welcome back to the first Gamedev stream of the week. Today we'll hopefully finish the platformer minigame that we started on last week. If you followed the last stream, you may have noticed that I've done a bit of work behind the scenes. Last time we didn't have any background and we didn't have this bit of a level. Basically all I've done is added the background, and I've also created a rule tile that we can use to draw the level. This is basically a tile with code that makes it dynamically change its appearance based on its neighbors. I did this obviously so we can finish up the actual fun parts of this process. So the goal of today is we gotta fix up the enemies. Right now they're just standing idly, and they do attack the player when they get close, but other than that they do nothing pretty much. So we want to add some sort of movement controller as well as some sort of basic AI for the enemies. Then we want to do the health for the player. Right now when we die in the platformer, nothing really happens, we just respawn. So obviously we want to add some sort of penalty for the player when they die. And finally we want to actually tie this all together with the base game, because right now there is essentially nothing that ties it together. We have the we do have the party orb, obviously, that we can apply, but other than that we don't have any way to get to the minigames, basically. So we want to add that as well. If you're new to the streams, then make sure you wishlist Gridle. This is the game that I am working on all these streams. It's an incremental idle game where you manage an RPG party to fight enemies for you in waves. And so basically what we're doing here is we're working on one of at least 4 minigames that we're adding to the game that you can play while your party is idle grinding the enemies. Right, so I think we're gonna get started with the movement. I also did rewrite the part of the movement script, so now we don't just apply the velocity that we want, because that causes issues with when we as the player get knocked back, we just override it immediately. So now we're actually adding a force instead, so that should hopefully fix the issue. I do believe that we should probably add or separate this movement script into another parent class that just handles the movement, and then basically in this script we do the actual input. That's all we do in here. I think that would work best. Right, yeah, so we just wanna, if we just pass the X direction into some sort of function that actually does the movement. Yeah, so I think we can actually apply that in the platformer health. Obviously that name doesn't make much sense then, but we'll probably reformat it later. So if we have this platformer health, then we would like to get a reference to the rigid body, wherever that could be. Am I blind? Can I not? Where is it? RB. Oh, it is on the platformer health. Right. That's perfect. So let us do... let's copy paste this code and get it in platformer health. We'll give it the protected modifier. That way we can access it from our child classes. And we'll have it take a desired X velocity, I guess. Desired X. That we'll use here. I don't think we don't want to do any animation, or do we? Yeah, obviously we want to do some movement animation, but I'll comment out that part for now. And then there are several fields that we need to add to the class. There's the movement speed and the grounded. I think that's it. So we'll serialize this, or extract it to the platformer help. We gotta make it protected, of course. And then we want the grounded boolean. There we go. On top of that, I do think we want to also extract the ground logic. So we'll add that to here, I think. And then we need the touching ground function as well, this one. There we go. Now what? We want a reference to the onTrigger class that we created in the last episode. There we go. And then of course we want to subscribe to its trigger events in our wake, and we want to unsubscribe in the destroy. There. There's some errors here with the states, the animation states. I'm not really sure. I guess we could try putting that in the health as well. But then we need to we obviously need to add a character class to our enemy as well. And we need to import it. There we go, and then our animation state we have to define. There. So now there's no errors in the platformer health, but we still have some in the platformer movement. I think we'll just remove that entirely, actually. Let's see here. We'll pass our X direction to the move function. And then we want to add a jump. We extract that too, to the health. And of course the jump dust and the move dust. There's lots of things obviously where that we're moving to the health, because a big part of this script is the actual movement. There. I think that should do it. We have to make the jump function protected instead of private, so you can access it from the the actual movement controller script. It's still inaccessible for some reason. Oh, we have the jump strength, of course. Damage, movement speed here. Oh. So we have this, the platformer attack. So if I just, if we just make this protected, the character, then we shouldn't get there. Yeah, no, we're not. Perfect. So let's see if this still works, like our character movement, because we obviously extracted a lot of things to the parent class. Hopefully everything should work fine. We can jump, we can run around, we can attack. Yeah. There is some null reference exception. Oh, that's from the from the skeleton, of course, because we haven't set up any of those variables yet. So yeah, that works fine, which is great. So then we can actually get started on the enemy movement, or the enemy AI, which is going to be really fun. I guess we could have... We do have this, right? Platform enemy range. No, that's the wrong one. Just a normal platformer enemy. So I guess we could define or code the actual AI in here. Right. So what we want is a reference to the player, of course, so we know, so we can target the player. Or we... Not sure how we want to do this, because we obviously don't want all the enemies to seek the player out immediately, because that's going to make it really weird. One way we could do is just have them patrol, and once the player comes into range, they start chasing them. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do. So we have the platform enemy range, obviously, but that is just for the attack range. And we could potentially we could change this into a on trigger class, the one that we created last stream. I think so. I think I'll do that. Platform enemy range, we remove this, and we instead add the on trigger class. And then we'll instead in here define on trigger class attack range. So in our awake, we will subscribe attack range dot on trigger enter to the event plus equals attack. Just make a function called enter the attack range, I guess. And then in our onDestroy, of course, we're going to unsubscribe, by usual. Glider 2D. Oh, I did collision 2D. There we go. And we'll just have this call the attack with no added delay. Platform enemy range. Oh, we gotta start core routine, of course. Yeah. I think that should do it. And then we'll remove... Oh, we already did. That's great. So now let's see if the enemy starts attacking us when we go into the range. No, did we forget to reference it? Yes, we did. There we go. Now for some reason I can't hit the end. Oh, that's probably because of some missing references. Yeah, we'll check that out later. Right. So now I guess we'll define an additional range. We'll call that, what we call it, seek range. Make it a circle collider. That is a trigger, of course. We'll center it around the enemy and widen it a little bit. 7.5 maybe. I think it's fine. Actually, no. I think maybe a capsule collider is better. Say with... Why is that vertical? I want horizontal. Yes, I think this is much more like realistic. Because the enemy obviously has longer range horizontally than vertically. But if we do 1... something like this, maybe? I think that will work much better. Yeah. We'll try that and see how it turns out. So we'll give this as well an on-trigger class. We'll reference that in here. Attack range as well as seek range. We'll subscribe to the trigger enter of the seek range. Hold on. Yeah. Entered seek range. I just realized that we have to like do one for the exit event as well, maybe. Or once you enter the seek range, I think the enemy should just seek you out until either you or they die. So we'll try this for now. We'll do public void entered seek range, and that should take a collider 2D. Go. And in here we want to check is the collider a player, basically. So we do that with get component, platformer, movement. They have that component, then they are a player. So then we'll store the player as target. There we go. Now the question is, how would we like to seek out the player? I think we want to do a late update. We check if we have a target set. Obviously we don't do, or otherwise we don't do anything. If we have a target, then we want to get the target. Target, we'll just do target velocity. And that will be our target minus our own position. And we'll just call move with, let's normalize the target velocity first. Normalize. And we'll call move with the target velocity dot x. See how that works. Seek range. There we go. Okay, so we got a null reference exception. Target velocity minus RB. Oh, right. There's a lot of fields that we haven't set, I think. Yeah. So we have a ground check that we have to define for the enemy. See how that looks. No. A bit. I think 0 is fine. Do we have a character? No, we don't. Okay. So I guess we need to define that as well. There. Still nothing. Line 79. It's the rigid body for some reason. But that should be defined, right? Rigid body 2D. Yeah. So we're calling move, and we get the error on line 79 in move. That's really odd. So what if I enable switch to debug mode? Because sometimes Unity does this weird thing where they actually give you the wrong line number in the error messages. So hopefully that's the problem, because the rigid body shouldn't be null in our case. Oh, wait. Yes, it is, because we're overriding the awake method. That's why. We gotta do base.awake. And same with the onDestroy. We have to do base.onDestroy. And give it a protected. There we go. I think that's the problem. Oh! What? Excuse me? Can I... What? Can I pass? Oh, I just died. Right. Stop, please. What? Okay, yeah, something is really wrong. That's not supposed to happen. Please let me out, dude. Okay, so something is obviously really wrong there. What's the movement speed that we have? Wait. I just realized we're calling... Yeah, we're calling move in the update. Right? Could that be the problem? No, it's not. Fixed update. So maybe that's the problem. Fixed update. We gotta call it instead of late update. There we go. Now he's seeking us out. Awesome. And he's attacking us and whatnot. Now, of course, it's not much of a challenge as he can't jump at the moment. So we'll obviously add some basic jump check. I think what we'll just do is we'll define an additional trigger. We have lots of triggers on this enemy now, but we'll define another one. Or we could use... I guess we could use the attack point. Maybe? Yeah, what if we do that? I think that could work, actually. So we have the platform enemy, enter the attack range. We'll do attack, but here we aren't actually checking if it's a player, so we gotta do that. Otherwise, if it's not a player, we'll jump. How'll that turn out? Yeah. Does a few jumps. That's perfect. But he's still going to follow his step. I think maybe that could be fun to leave it like that. So they don't have any like checks for cliffs. But we did get a null reference exception again. It's a jump dust that we have to apply. So we'll do that real quick. Jump dust. And then I think we could just do the here in the platform enemy instead of using, let's see, attack still. Let's see if that works, because the attack animation for the enemy is kind of wacky at the moment. So we'll see how that works. I mean, he's attacking, but he jumps, and I'm not sure why. Right. So the movement is a bit buggy, obviously, but the basics are there, which is great. And I'm not sure what's causing him to move, like to jump over me. Oh wait, he is... No, I think I know what the problem is actually. He's colliding with one of my other colliders. This is the only one that has the player, right? But we also have our ground check. And our... No, not our attack point, but our ground check. So maybe we should check for the layer instead. We'll do else if glider 2D dot get layer. No. game object dot layer. Layer mask. Get mask default. I think that's the way we do it. Let's just do this. Maybe, no? It's like not gonna work. There we go. Yeah. So now he doesn't jump over us, which is great. He is pushing us though, which is it's not what we want. We kind of want him to stop right as he's in front of us. So I think what we'll do there is we'll just check the difference in the X. So we'll do if the target velocity, if the absolute value of the X velocity is smaller than, let's say, let's try 1 for now. If it's larger than 1, then we'll move the enemy. Otherwise, he'll kind of come to a stop by himself. Yeah. So now he stops, like, pushing us. And all of a sudden it's there is actual, like, sort of combat implemented. But now he's not jumping anymore. I guess that check that we did. Oh right, we're comparing the layer to a layer mask. That's wrong. That's very wrong. I think we can just do 0 because the default layer is layer 0. Let's see. Let's go up a bit. See if he jumps. Yes, he does. And he just attacks us. He doesn't try jumping. We have this this float value that's called that's like the acceleration, and I think we want to extract that to a field. Let's see, under platformer health, here, acceleration. That is one parameter that we want to change. Serialized field, private float, acceleration. Because I just noticed the enemy is very... he doesn't really take knockback that much because he immediately overrides it with his own movement. So let's see here. Acceleration. Let's try 20. That's still way too much. Let's try 2. Oh wait, I'm changing my own. Right, that was the problem. Let's do the enemy instead. Skeleton Knight, and we'll try 20 acceleration instead of 50. Still a bit too much, I think. 15. Five. That's too slow, way too slow. Like now he can't even pick up any speed. Yeah, maybe 15 is fine. But then of course we could base the acceleration on if we're grounded or not. That could be fun, I think. So we'll do... Let's see here, platform health. Acceleration times... Are we grounded? Then we do times 1, otherwise times 75. So our acceleration is 75% slower, or 25% slower if we're midair. Did that do anything even? I guess we could do a separate acceleration. Or a separate variable. Mid-air acceleration multiplier. Set it to 0.5. There. So then we can make our player much more agile mid-air. I can't really tell if it's doing anything. Okay, yeah, it is doing something because setting it to 0 means I can't turn mid-air. So let's try 0.25. That's too sluggish. Maybe. Yeah, I think 0.2 is it's a good spot. And we'll give that to the Skeleton Knight as well. I think when we give him even worse 1.1. There we go. And let's see him try and throw us into the air. There is still a problem where we only get launched vertically. Could it be that we're always calling move in the fixed update? What do we do in the move? RB add force mode, target velocity, desired X. That could be the problem actually. We should only do this if the absolute value of our X direction is larger than 0.5. Because we're always calling this, even if we're not giving any input. And that's what's causing us to slow down. Oh. Oh no. Right, that's no good. I just realized. Because now we can't stop, as you can see. Like, I'm not holding the movement buttons. I'm just pressing back and forth and keeps on walking. Right, so that's no good. Maybe we'll do a simple check like this. If it's larger than 0.75 or we had movement last update, we'll make this into a private boolean called had movement last update. And so what will we do? We'll just we'll set that to the same return value basically. I think that should do it, because that way we will the first fixed update that we stops moving, we will actually stop, but then we won't call any more movement or just empty key presses. I think that should do it. Yeah. Perfect. And it... Huh. Now I wonder if this is... what this is related to. If it's our jump block or the, like... Why is that? That's really weird. But let's try the thing we wanted to test out. That was the actual Skeleton Knight. He should be knocking us back now. Yeah. I think he is, right? Oh! Yeah, he's doing it. But we have this weird, like, strafe bug. No! We're, like, sliding on the ground, and I don't know why. It's only when I stop moving midair. Like when I stop moving midair and just don't press any button. So maybe we want another check. Or if we are... No. Because that is going to mess up when the enemy tries to knock us back. I was gonna add a... Or if we're not grounded check. Wait, or if we're grounded. Maybe that'll do it. Yeah. So solve that problem, but what about now when the enemy knocks us back? There we go. So sometimes it does knock us back, and sometimes just up, which is really weird. Oh. Yeah, that's odd. So what if we do the suggestion I had before, where if we take damage, push back here, we just immediately set grounded to false. Yeah. That works. There we go. Right. I think that's 2 steps done already. So then we have, we fixed the movement so we can get knocked around, and we have some basic enemy pathfinding done. Next step is the health for the player. So let's start working on that. We got the platformer manager. I think here we'll have the health values. We have this defeated enemy. I guess under here we'll do player died. Health minus minus. If health equals 0, then we'll do some sort of game over logic. And then here we'll also add a... wait, are we displaying? Right, we're displaying the level progress, or we're actually managing that in here. So I guess we'll do that for the health as well. Progress text, we'll do a private void update health text, I guess. We'll do you look tired. Yeah, I might be slightly tired. It's Monday. Health text.text, we'll set this to get health as string. Gotta define that function first. Get health as string. Return health. And I guess we need a max health property as well. So we'll do health equals max health at the start of the level. There we go. So we'll duplicate the enemy progress. Call it health text. And I think we'll put it at the left, top left of the screen. The image will be our player. Where do we have that? Slash. We'll just, yeah. What I got really messed up. What are you working on? Hi, I'm working on my game called Gridle. It's an incremental game where you manage an RPG party to fight enemies for you. And right now I'm doing 1 of 4 minigames that I'm adding to the game. This is how the game looks otherwise. It's out on Steam, or it's not out on Steam. It's out to wishlist. And there is a free demo out on the web as well. The game is called Gridle. So yeah, right now I'm doing a minigame, and I'm trying to tie up the minigame, like finalize it with the main gameplay. So right now I'm just doing this help display. I need to get right. I guess I could look up the see if I find the one for the night. Here. There we go. It's a bit wonky because we gotta make it the same as this again. What's the values? I think we'll just copy the rect transform values. Copy component. And we'll paste the component values. There we go. Let's see. Platformer manager. We'll give it a reference to the help text. Where do we have it? Here. There. I think that should do it. It should update now every time. And it did not update because we forgot to update it at the start. Update health text. And we're not updating it in the player died either. Health text. There we go. Sorry, I dropped my coaster. Five out of 5, perfect. And we die, and it did not update. We got a null reference. Oh no, this is built-in Unity one. So it's not updating, and that is, I just realized, because we're not actually calling the player died method. So in here we'll do platformer manager dot instance player died. Yes, we'll start out this way. Out of 5, 4 out of 5, perfect. And yeah, it just goes down. And nothing happens. No, we'll just we just keep dying infinitely. There's nothing that actually I'm using singletons. Yeah, I'm probably overusing singletons. But I've just find that it's so like you can work in between classes really fast by using it. But yeah, it's of course not the super good coding practice to overuse them. Right. So then we have the health. Now I think the next step is we gotta tie where did he go? There. I just realized the check for the skeleton stop moving. We're just checking the X value. And that's the problem, because we can get into scenarios like this. Like he's really close on the X-axis, but far away on the Y. So I think I'll change this to... if we change this to check the magnitude of the difference here. So we'll do, instead of absolute value, we'll check is the target velocity dot magnitude greater than 1. I mean, whatever does the job is fine. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel as well. Writing clean code is great, of course, but I don't feel like it's the biggest priority when it comes to game dev. There is some bugs still where we start sliding. Not sure why that is. But let's check first. Let's check the actual thing we changed now. So there is still this problem where we get into this scenario. But if I... Wait, we're not even... No, we're normalizing it. Yeah. But yeah, he does seem to actually keep moving now. Oh. Really slowly though. Not sure why that is. But yeah. There we go. Right, so guess we'll go back to the main game to actually try and tie this all together. Yeah, Undertale's code is not great. And yeah, exactly. That's my philosophy to it as well. It doesn't really matter. It's the player that the player is kind of the final verdict. Yeah. Of course, when you're working on a project more long term, then you're going to come into scenarios when you really start scratching your head at the code base. But I think that for small indie games, I feel like it rarely happens. I had some issues with my biggest project that I've released on Steam. But that was because I actively kept on working on it for like 2 years after release. Let's see. So we have the party orb assign panel, right? Maybe just adding like a small Yeah, I think if I make this panel a bit larger, like a bit taller, sort of like this, and we increase the class display there, make it upper center, then we should have some room for like a thin button below the slots here, which has like a controller icon for the minigame. Let's add some top padding. 15 should be fine. Party or class slot, here we go. So if we add a small button like this. Height of 50 maybe, and full width. I'm really not sure how this is gonna look, but hopefully it'll work. We have no controller icon, it's a problem, obviously. I don't think the text is necessary actually. We'll just do it like this. It's 85. Let's just try displaying it this way first and see how it looks. Yeah. I think we'll make it a bit thinner. And maybe 65 here. Something like this. So then we will make this a button. I will need to write some code in the slot class. Let's just reformat this real quick. Stuff that VS Code messed up. There. So we'll add a reference to the button, but that will just need to be a game object, I think. Minigame button. And then once we actually display the slot, oh, here we have. I already have a get boost. Equals. We'll replace it with this. Minigame button set active is the level greater than 0. Only then do we display the minigame button. And then finally we'll do public void play minigame. Check if the party class is not null. I guess we'll also make sure the level is greater than 0 here. And then here we'll do the actual minigame logic. Minigame button. We'll do on click. Party orb slot. Play minigame. Right. Now, for the actual minigame, when we play it, I think, honestly, I'd like to load the minigame scene over the main scene, like in a smaller window, if that's possible. Let's see. Because I know you can additively load scenes. Let me just check how I did it for the when you preview the Rebirth 3. Because there I am actually loading it additively. I think it should be on Rebirth panel, maybe. Preview Rebirth, Rebirth Manager, preview here. So we do Scene Manager, load scene mode additive. Mouse controller can click equals false. That's great. We could immediately call that, I guess. So I think we should add a minigame manager. Yeah. Minigame manager, I think that's good. Let's see here. Minigame manager. Public void. Load minigame. I will take a party class. So we'll load based on the party class. There we go. So we'll start. I guess we'll define a scene name. Minigame platformer, is that what it's called? Let's see. Minigame platform. Yeah, I'll just copy, paste it. Right. Public static. Oh. Right. Where do we have the slot? Party herb slot here. Play minigame. So we'll do minigame manager. Start load minigame. Go. Will that work? Like, will that load a scene? Let's try it. Yeah. It does overload our scene. Oh, right. I forgot I added a fast forward thingy. That's cool. Like to the... I totally forgot about this feature. But yeah, obviously we don't want to register any main game inputs in the minigames. That's super weird. This is really trippy. But yeah. Because I don't want... There's like lots of stuff that overlay. Lots of collisions and whatnot. So maybe that's not the best idea for now. I think for now we'll just load the scene like normally. Oh. They just spawned for some reason. That's really weird. Type game manager has been destroyed. Right. We gotta set some sort of game state. We have this rebirthing. Let's see, where are we using that? Here. I think we'll just call it, we'll rename it into something other. Or will we? Maybe we'll do another one. In minigame. And then here we'll check. And we're not in the minigame. There. I don't really like that solution, but I feel like we gotta get this stuff done with. Game state in minigame equals true. And I hopefully shouldn't do any reassigning stuff. There. No problems. There we go. We reached the goal, we claimed the rewards. Something broke. Why is that? Oh. The object of type text has been destroyed, but you're trying to access it. Where am I trying to access it? One slot here. What? That is super weird. Let's rerun that. Why does it say it's been destroyed? Word slot. It hasn't been destroyed, obviously. The object of type text has been. Display. Huh. I'm really unsure why that is. Reward panel chest, reward slot, here, text. Is it only when I load the minigame? Yeah, it is. What? That's super weird. How is that even happening? Why would loading a scene cause some random prefab to get messed up? Reward panel. Reward slot. What? Okay, let's see. Reward panel. It still has a reference to the prefab. The prefab still has a reference to the text. Then why is it... Why is it acting so weird? Okay, reward panel. We click it once. Why? I don't get it. Inventory panel 40. Let's see. Inventory slots. Wait. Oh, what? It's not even here. Inventory panel. Why is on inventory changed? Oh no. Wait. Okay, this is just a weird bug. Or a weird just me writing weird code. This should not be done on start and destroy. This should be on enable and on disable. Basically what was happening was we added items to the inventory. And for some reason I had it set every time we change the inventory, we display the inventory panel, no matter if it's actually being viewed or not. And now I changed it so we only update the inventory panel if it's actually being viewed, like this. I think that should fix it now. We reached the goal. Yeah, there we go. And then once we open the last chest, I think we could basically just load the main game again. Let's see. Here are minigames, the platformer manager. Get all rewards. Public void. Claimed last reward. And here we'll just do game. Scene manager, load scene. We gotta port the library. What is the scene called? Game scene Steam is what it's called. I guess we'll do load scene 1. I think that is the index of it. No, it's 0. And game state in minigame equals false. There we go. Let's see how that works. Oh wait, we're not actually calling the function. I just realized. Scripts, UI. It would be Screw it. I just look it up here. Reward panel. Reward pop-up is what it's called. I think here I'll actually do a subscribable function. This thing changed. What big thing changed will be last reward claimed. If currently spawn chest. Else on last reward claimed dot invoke. So then in our platformer manager we have the reward pop-up and we'll do what will we do? Claim rewards here. Reward pop-up dot on last reward claimed plus equals claim last reward. Right? Yeah. And here we'll just invoke our load main game function after 5 seconds. Let's do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then after 5 seconds we should get sent back. Yeah. We do not have the items though. That's a problem. Let's see. Reward pop-up. Is this where we're doing it? Yeah. Inventory instance, add item. Add item from index 0 to index, yeah, max. That should work. Not sure why it is not being done. How is our inventory panel looking? Call display items here. Yeah, maybe we gotta call display items in our on enable as well. Like maybe we actually got the items, we just never displayed them properly. Let's see. Oh, wrong. We gotta start from the Steam. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now the loading is messed up. I just realized, yeah. Okay, so we are getting the items, at least. That's good. That's annoying. I'm curious which parts are being messed up though. Let's see. Like we are on the right level. Here, let's see. Manager, change level. So there's a few issues. There's the level scenery. That's not being set properly. We're doing this in the awake. So we gotta do in the start, we'll do level manager dot get current level. Maybe that will fix the just the scenery part. Because we did get to the right level. It was just the background didn't change, and now we have some additional problems, right? Oh, the instance, we gotta set that in the awake, of course. Here we go. Do the minigame. Five. Right. Scenery is correct now. Now the problem is just the party manager is not it's not working properly. I think that's because let's see. Reassign party. What if we call that when we change the scene? See, can we do this? Scene management. And we'll do scene manager on scene loaded plus equals scene loaded, I guess. Destroy minus equals scene loaded. There. If scene manager dot what get active scene. Build index swap 0. Then we'll reassign party. See how that works. There's some stuff we need to here. We didn't have the proper arguments, I guess. Scene. Load scene mode. So we'll do if scene double index equals 0. There. minigame. Please make it work now. No, still nothing. Oh wait, oh it is. Oh god. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that gets messed up this way. And if I reassign it, what happens? Like, it hasn't loaded the upgrades, or it has, but... Ay, ay, ay. Reassign party. Assign party member. Huh. So I think I'll need to rewrite parts of this code, the reassign party and the assign party member to make them compatible. It's going to be a bit of a headache for me and probably won't be super enjoyable to watch live on stream. So yeah, I'll probably do that part offline. Right, but now we actually have the buttons done to travel to the minigame, which is great. We do have the code for the enemies. I guess we should just do some polish on this part for now. Like, there's obviously some issues like this, me sliding for some reason, and the enemy not jumping sometimes. I do believe the biggest problem is the ground check is a bit buggy, because right now we're only checking for collision, enter and exit, or trigger, enter and exit. We're not actually checking periodically, which we probably should do, like once every or several times per second. We should also check are we on the ground right now. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That should fix a lot of movement bugs and whatnot. So we go minigame, platformer health. Actually, let me close down lots of these tabs. Now, there we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll add some sort of coroutine. Generator, check ground. That No, it's just some normal issues. We'll do while true. So we'll always do this periodically. Yield return, we wait for seconds. Let's say we do this every 5 times per second. So every 0.2 seconds. We'll do a physics overlap box, I guess. Physics 2D dot overlap box all, maybe. And that takes what? A point, which will be our ground check, transform, precision. A size, which will be is the ground check just like if we're manipulating the ground check size and not the actual collider? We are, yeah. That is perfect, and we can just get the transform scale. Ground check transform dot scale. Local scale. Is lossy scale the same as like the global? Unity lossy scale. Yeah, it is a global scale. Okay, so we'll do that. And then it took an angle, which will do 0. This returns collider 2D array. Results. If hit game object dot layer equals 0, then we'll do ground check entered hit, I guess, because it takes a collider, and then we'll return, meaning we don't need to check anymore. Oh wait, we can't do that, right? I guess we gotta do break. And here we'll also define boolean hit on ground. So we'll do on ground equals true. And so outside of this loop, we'll do... Oh wait, we'll still do that, I guess. Huh. Yeah, actually, let's go back to there. On ground equals true. Break, and then here we'll just call touching ground on ground, basically. I think that should work. If I'm not... Didn't do anything wrong here. And then we gotta start this coroutine, of course, in our start method. Start coroutine. Oh, really sorry about that. I accidentally hit my keybind. There. So now we shouldn't see any more movement bugs. Oh, but we're seeing that we can jump infinitely. Why? Why is that? Character, oh, that is why. Our character is default. There we go. Right, so now I don't think we will encounter any problems where we can't jump, which is great. Just test it out a little bit. Oh, we can jump on a door, which is, of course, not intended. Goal, layer goal. Why can we jump on it then? It's quite odd. Or can we? Maybe not. No. Oh, yeah, we... What? What am I landing on? This trigger layer goal. We shouldn't... Hold on, platformer help. Check ground. Oh, right, we added the goal. Yeah, here's the problem. We added the goal later on. And we haven't actually unchecked it. There we go. Let's hide this panel. And there we go. We cannot jump on the goal anymore. Perfect. So another thing we gotta fix is the enemy not always jumping when they can. Like they get stuck like this sometimes. And I think we'll do the exact same thing basically. We'll check maybe every second at the hit point if there is a default layer. Same as we did with the initial like jump triggers. Yeah, and that should get him out of these issues where he gets like soft locked. Yeah. I'll just run to the bathroom real quick and I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'll leave my party grinding while I'm away. Alright, and my party's being slaughtered. That's no good. And it is creating several ones. That's really weird. Right. Back to the platformer minigame. So we wanted the enemy to... Oh, not the range. I always open that one. Right, we wanted the enemy to jump periodically, like to have a little check. So I guess we'll do an enumerator. Entered attack range, entered seek range. Here, I guess. We'll do check, jump. While true. So we'll do this once every second, I think it's fine. And this will be our attack point. Scale. If it equals to layer 0, then we'll do jump. Basically. And so we'll do this in our start method as well. Start car routine, check, jump. I think that should do it. Just gotta make sure that our attack point, yes, we scale the actual game object and not the collider, which is good. That's what we want. Oh, right. Yeah, so he's trying to jump when he can't. But for some reason he keeps on jumping. I don't know why that is. No. Died. Huh. Could it be that he has layer enemy? Ground check. Attack point. The attack point is default. That could be it. Like it's... Yeah, we're detecting the attack point. I think that's a problem. We gotta make it the enemy layer as well. Then he should stop jumping all the time, hopefully. Yeah. Great. So I think we got pretty much all that we want right now. There's obviously... I guess we gotta add some animations and whatnot to the chest. Oh, why did that... Wait, did I collide with the chest? I think I did. That is super weird. I'm not sure what happened there. It's like I collided with the UI. Yeah, what? Huh. I'm really not sure what happened. Oh. Alright, we got put back in the main game. Huh. Board panel, so UI layer. Project settings, once again. UI only collides with UI. No, it does not. It collides with the character. That's bad. There. Yeah, I think that was it. We had forgot to untick all the collision possibilities for the reward panel. Or for the UI layer in general. So since we changed the player to the character layer, then we got Collider with the UI. Yeah, there we go. Now it works. Yeah. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied with what we've done today, honestly. We got more of the main loop going. And I think I would probably finish like these smaller things offline, as I'm noticing I'm quite low on energy today. As someone so kind of pointed it out earlier. So I think I'll leave the stream here, and hopefully tomorrow or on Wednesday, depending on when I do the next stream, we can get started on the second minigame, which will be for the archer, I think. Some sort of archer minigame. But yes, so next time when you see this stream, hopefully the platform minigame will be fully done. Make sure to wishlist Gridle if you haven't already. This is the game that I've been working on this entire stream and all the streams before this. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow or on Wednesday.